I was blessed with the opportunity to have my father and still have a mother to have adopted me, quote unquote, as I understand it was Bakawal at the time where it was that I was adopted from, so to speak. That's not sure really. That I've been given the opportunity to be where I'm at now. I mean, being in a first family, coming from a time where birth rates are not really going to, you don't really have people living to a certain age in terms of children or babies, but I was given that ability to enjoy this now. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's progression and progress in us moving away from, I mean, I remember when I was Elizabeth at one, I think it was in 97, I think it was, or 90. Anyway, I think it was the year when Bruce Bowling won. But I was down there and a friend of mine is JLP, another one is PNP, and he's like, they know each other every day, and one of them start to stab after one another. It's like, you're PNP, JLP, he said, stop. And he said, okay, no problem, cool. Right. But it's just, it's something to come out, and I think the Prime Minister has done what he has tried to do over the previous 2 terms to try and get that out of everybody's system, to try and get it to a different level. Putting in place certain things to make sure that there are things that can be accountable for in terms of the votes, in terms of whatever it might be, in terms of all the, I mean, having more police, having different things in place for police. So, I mean, it's just an ongoing thing. Because you don't really want to get to a point where the whole of Jamaica goes back to where it was and nobody wants to come to Jamaica because we're in a watch because of whatever from the State Department or whatever. I mean, to see what has even happened during the hurricane, to see what came from person without even asking, has said a lot about Jamaica and what the Prime Minister has done in terms of the image that he has portrayed of Jamaica to be helped in such a way. But politics is just going to be politics in Jamaica. Right. You still have, I mean, you still have to say, well, election time now, no more Heineken, pure, no more green until after, no. Right. They could love Heineken till next year. Yeah. They're not drinking no Heineken until after the election.
Shout out to Heineken.
Yeah, Heineken. Yeah, Heineken.
So question, was there ever a time where you felt like your life was in danger? Yeah,
I had one time, I think it was one time, but it's something that my father had done where they had some whole heap of shootings, I think it was in Tivoli at some time, some guys going around and whatever, when he gave the names to the police. And then, because this is in 94, I think it was. And I think, just because of how I work with people that work at Enchanted Garden, I mean, one of the guys to the office and said, Chris, you're not driving out tonight. I said, no. I said, why? Because there are 2 cars with a gunman looking for you. I said, what? What do you mean? Apparently it has something to do with father giving up the names. Like if you can't catch Quaker, catch him shot.
Exactly.
So that caused me to stay at the hotel that night, changing rooms consistently, and then eventually get an escort to Uaton and then another escort straight to Kingston. And I've been out of politics for a long time and he's not around anymore and the name is not as predominant, but there are some persons that are still around that might have something against him, and I'm still here.
To this day.
Yeah,
I mean, people are that ignorant, even to this day.
Not a matter of ignorance. It's just I think sometimes that it's like politics, and it's like, I mean, probably won't, but you have to keep being cautious, you know.
So the last name is both a blessing and a curse, depending on who you're talking to and where you are.
I've had either be nice to me and be polite, and another one will say, oh. Seaga. All right. I mean, I don't get upset. I mean, I know it comes with it.
Right.
I mean, I've the way of my life gone after boarding school is that I worked at Sandals from 1997 to 2001, and then Jamaica Broilers after that from 2003 to 2011. But I'm working on the road, so I'm more a person there, and I see things on a daily basis on the ground. And basically I'm out of the system. I'm not in the Kingston scene of things. So people know of me and say, see me, hi Chris, I haven't seen you for a long time. Mm-hmm. But I haven't moved in that circle for a long time. So I'm quite fine, it really feels nice, quite fine being on my own because I had to do it in Negril, I had to do it in Montego Bay, I had to do it in Otrios.
So you were in the hospitality industry,
yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about you being in the hospitality industry.
Well, my course in South Carolina was College of Applied Professional Science, which is Hotel, Restaurant and Tourism Administration. And basically just started with summer jobs. Worked at Sheraton at the time, at the front desk. And then I worked at Grand Leader, summer job. It was as experience for school. Worked in the inventory, worked in doing waiter, bartender, everything. Funniest joke there was, I can remember one of the waiters was giving, my coffee's too cold. Okay. Went back and got it from Earn. It's still too cold. Okay. Went back inside, put the coffee mug under the salamander.
Did you say salamander?
Yeah, the broiler. And got the cup hot. Got the coffee from the urn and put it on the stove and heat it up even more. The sauce is actually cool. So he brought it to the person and the person said, oh, goddamn. So I've learned my lesson that you don't piss off a waiter because you don't know what's going to happen.
That is so true.
But it was an experience that I really excited because being a bartender, you know what it takes. You have to get up in the morning sometimes, extra early, although I was living on the compound, which was easier for me to get to work, but it's like you have to get up early, set the tables, you have to serve people, you have to clear the tables, you have to do, it's like a whole, I had to do all of that stuff. Work in the storeroom, receive goods, everything. When I went to Sandals, well, actually it was Enchanted Garden first. I was basically working 22 hours a day sometimes. So or even like maybe 19 sometimes, not 22, 19. And basically just up and about and whatever, and then left there and went back to Kingston, worked with the head office. Then went to Sandals, at Sandals Negril, and was a junior assistant manager in charge of entertainment and grounds.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
And then eventually I got that job, and then they had let my GM at the time, Mr. Baldwin Powell, the night manager got terminated. So I got the night manager's job plus the day job. So I was for like basically three months or so. I was working 11 o'clock at night till 2 o'clock the next day. And every time the general manager said, I want this. And it's like, I made sure that every towel got picked up. Every chair he said, I want the chairs looking like this. Every chair was like stuff on a photo shooting on the beach. Yeah. Every plate was taken up, everything. And then one morning, I remember I left one plate somewhere, and the director of finances, I think it was Mr. Skanes, must have said something to him and said, saw a plate out. And I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to do that because I knew. And he's like, no worry. Right. I know you do your job. Then I went to Sandals Inn, and that was interesting.
Sandals Inn?
Yeah, that's a small one.
I didn't know that there was a Sandals.
Yeah.
Where is that located?
We're the Cameron, right as you come in on Bottom Road, and you turn right to go to the head office. It's okay. It was the Carlisle before. Okay. Because when Sandals got the Bay Rock, which is Sandals Bay, as well as the Carlisle, which was Sandals on Kent Avenue. And that was interesting. That was the hotel and how to make, how to know, keep everything in line and stuff like that. Then Sandals Royal, that was it. My most interesting time there was that apparently they had a fire on the island, at the restaurant on the island. Now, looking back in hindsight, I don't know why I did it. I did it. They had the place was on fire. Mm-hmm. I only had on a nylon hoodie kind of raincoat, and I'm in there trying to pull out all the furniture, not worrying about insurance that the hotel has, and I'm pulling out all these chairs, and this time the thatch is burning and dropping and burning, and then at the same time the fire extinguisher, the 2 cylinders were there, and I'm there unhooking the 2 cylinders before the fire is coming up, and at the same time we forgot that the cylinder inside fire suppression system was red, and we just went, and by the time luckily it didn't go off, everybody was saying, what the hell was he doing? And that's that, and then eventually went to that, and again now the hotel had closed. And we did the cruise ships. So there are some days that I end up being, I was head cook and bottle washer. Sometimes in the truck with the guys to dump the garbage. And sometimes in the morning, some people don't come early. So I ended up having to put on the blower and blow off the entire walkway up to the top of up to the U&R Falls and coming right back down to the birdcage and in the parking lot. That was done sometimes, and then left there, and then came back to Kingston, and then the other part of the hospital is Dominica, okay, with Secret Bay Hotel, which was just starting up by itself. It was actually in the process of being built, and was there for a year, about 11, 12 months, and I came back. But it's like different experience. They lock up for lunch. Most everything is locked by midday, 1 o'clock on a Saturday. If you don't, I'm like going there at 1 o'clock, like in Jamaica. I'm like, yeah, 1 o'clock, you can go and shop. And I go and say, oh, there's an hour left. I say, what? Yeah, we don't open, no, we open by midday, 1 o'clock we close. That's how Jamaica used to be, and there is nothing really open on a Sunday.
Right, that is true.
there is some, if you don't get what you get on
That's
Saturday,
rough
you
as
get
an American living on the island.
Yeah.
It's taken some getting used to that, but I appreciate it because I think everybody should have time with their family or just downtime.
Yeah, but I mean I've learned there. I used to cook on the beach in Dominica and everybody at the staff get together, and it was like a family still. And it was really great. And Secret Base is a very hotel.
You still get? Can you give me a discount, Chris?
I'll try to find out and see if I can. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. But the person that owns that also owns
Okay.
So that's what's his name? Gregory Nassif. But that was my hotel. That's my entire experience. Now I'm doing at Ministry of Tourism, and
so you're the Minister of Tourism.
Yes, I'm on the other side of the coin now.
Okay.
So I'm now knowing the administrative side of tourism is about in terms of government.
That would be an interesting job. I always thought I would be good at that as a foreigner living in Jamaica. I think I would be good in that office for a reason. I have a whole lot of suggestions, but have you enjoyed your time there?
Well, when you're coming from it's a little frustrating. You're driven to get things done quickly, but because of all the red tape and all the different things you have to go through before you can get anything done, sometimes I just, if it's nothing that's really out of my reach, I just sometimes just do it by myself and don't say anything and just get things done.
Well, I think in my opinion, you'd be the perfect person to run that office because I feel like whoever is the minister of that office needs to have a global perspective.
Well, he does. I mean, he's all over the world. Yeah, he goes as far as, Emirates, to the UAE and that side of the world, and to Japan. And I mean, I'm coming from a hospitality side,
right.
so it's when I even this didn't go and bother any hotel really, because I called, and if they didn't answer, no problem, because I know at this time of the year, when it's Christmas time and New Year's, everybody's like more focused on the guests and getting all the things together and make sure all this. They don't want to hear from you. Hotels don't. If something really comes up and they need your help, they'll call you. I'll pass by if they say they can't see me. Then I was like, okay, fine, no problem. But working with the police as well, to resort police, so making sure that guests are not harassed and presence is there in New Kingston or downtown and on the waterfront. But I mean, my personal feeling is that I think that we need to have more visible in terms of the optics. Not that you really need more people, but find a way to make them more visible. Just whether with e-bikes or whatever you want to put them on, so they're moving, or you see them moving around more. But it's just.
Agreed.
It's just that we are not the most to tourism in Kingston in terms of hotel-wise. I mean, we do have hotels and stuff, but when you think of from Otrius going all the way to Negril, what they generate and what we generate is just completely different. And for years we have attention to the South Coast. It's always the North Coast. So
you said something interesting. I was here when Obama visited. Huge deal when Obama came. I've ever seen the road paved from the airport all the way in town, like it should. Why did it take an act of the U.S. president to come over and visit Jamaica before we could get a paved street?
No comment.
And why are the roads in such? The infrastructure in Jamaica, I noticed, was number one, not built for growth. Number two, it's not maintained. The potholes will literally swallow your car up. And it doesn't seem like anybody cares. The only proper roads I've been on are the roads that the bauxite companies made back in the day for their employees, right? But the roads are horrible. And why doesn't the government pay more attention to Jamaica, such as the roads, the road conditions, the trash? There's still places in Jamaica where people don't have running water, but yet I hear this talk about wanting to build a smart city. There's people that don't have running water, and they're talking about a smart city. To me, is a huge disconnect. And what I've seen from Hurricane Melissa, they didn't learn anything from Hurricane Beryl, which didn't even touch the surface as to what we encountered in. So I guess my question is this: why do you think this government didn't learn from the last hurricane that, boy, This was lacking. We need to put some things in place in case we do have major catastrophe. What I saw is them talking about, oh, it may hit the island, and I said, okay, let me just simmer. Beanie Man. What's going to happen? There are people still without electricity. They have people that have come from foreign to help out on this. Why was there not a clear plan that was devised after Hurricane Beryl to ensure that, boy, if we get hit with the Category 5, check, we've got this covered? I saw none of it happening. I saw everything in slow motion.
I think the first thing was something that we obviously didn't see.
Right.
I think Melissa is something nobody's ever seen. However, I'm pretty much sure that they did what they needed to figure, say, oh, there's no Category 5 coming here. We have never had anything like that.
I was hearing
It's a
for
Category 3.
Hurricane Gilbert, that was a 4.
It's a 4, but I mean, what I'm saying is that's the whole country.
But this is an island, Chris.
Yeah, it's an island,
Why
but
would we feel like we're
can't.
not ever going to get hit by a 5? And why
No,
is
because-
this not country ready for that?
No, they
preparedness?
are ready, but at the same time, they cannot do everything.
Yeah.
They're not able to do everything. I mean, they can do X amount. I mean, thing with the what you call it, funds or whatever was it. That was something we put in place. So it's there, but it would be there if it was another barrel. We could have been able probably to manage it, but this is way bigger than that. So it's not a matter that they didn't prepare, but it's that what they have to work with. Because right now, as I see in the news, they have given that to JPS to try and give light. We cannot. There's no way. I think what they had prepared for was size. I think they prepared for something like Beryl again, but not like. I can't think it because it's not my purview. But from what I can understand,
That's what it seems
my personal opinion is that they did what they could do, but it was not enough.
My thinking, I guess, of me as a prime minister is, boy, we live on an island. We just had Beryl. We've had Category 4s here. What can we do to ensure that the citizens are going to be safe, number one? And number two, after the hurricane hits, what can we do to ensure that things are up and running in a timely manner?
Well, how much faster do you want it to go?
I feel like if there's people today in this January 11th that still don't have lights after the hurricane came through December 5th is a problem.
When we had Gilbert,
Yeah,
people didn't have light for almost 6 months.
I know.
So right now we are way ahead of the game because most persons have no, seriously, with what we have as a country, to get what we have so far done this fast
It's good?
is good.
Okay.
Because we living in Gilbert, you didn't have this. It didn't, it devastated. I mean, had it hit Kingston, it would be worse. Because Kingston is the hub of everything.
Okay.
The bread basket has been hit, that's the food for Jamaica.
Right.
It's really food. And trying to get it back to where it is now, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. But when you think of it, the housing, I look at Black River and I said to myself, okay, if you knew Black River before, everything is on there's nothing, think of Palisades, the airport road, on it.
Right.
Just because hurricanes come, so you build it up and everything's stronger.
Right.
But you have a town that's there from Wapikil fill up. You can't do anything. So if you can do this now, all right, it's damaged. But guess what? In being damaged now, you can actually probably fix it by doing things differently. So if the next one comes and it happens again, then then the government is at problem. That's their fault. You have a chance now to fix a town.
Right.
Whether it's a smart town or whatever, you have to know to fix it.
Right.
To be a better, because you're at sea level. Really and truly, Black River is sea level.
Yeah.
Or a little bit below. Santa Cruz is below. So if you can get that fixed to a point where you can say, okay, we need to do this a different way. Before it thinks, okay, instead of just going to put, containers are all well and good. It's a fix to help somewhat get a roof, not the proper fix.
Right.
So you're trying to do the thing and just sort out what you have to sort out. Get food in the areas. Everything that you see that it's not perfect.
Right. Maybe I'm just armchair quarterback sitting back and looking.
Yeah.
And maybe because, being an American, we're used to seeing people up on the pole at 9, 10 o'clock at night to make sure that everybody has power. I didn't see any of that. I saw as a matter of fact, I went by JPS one day at 5 o'clock and there must have been 20 trucks parked up in the lot. And I said, how dare you, with the building all lit up, how dare you park your trucks at 6 o'clock and half the island still doesn't have lights? Well, because Guest was all lit up. So I was like, there's the power right there. But I just felt like, boy, it's 5 o'clock, time to go home. Like, we're in a crisis. We need people up and running. I went to Mega Mart. Mega Mart usually closes at 9 o'clock. Mega Mart during the hurricane closed at 7 p.m. Why in the world would you close earlier when people have a need?
Well, they might have a need, but at the same time, what need is more important, the need of the food or the need of the safety? Because some people live far away, so you do not want them to be on the road at that hour. I mean, if it's the hour of naught and it's coming. Right. We didn't know. We thought it was Kingston, but it ended up in else. So, if you're in Kingston, you know it's coming. You don't want to be. I mean, we're sitting there waiting for 3 days. Nothing came. So it's like we're trying to make sure everybody's safe. So it's rather have you. I mean, food is important. All the different things are important. But I think having a citizen safe is more important than. It might not seem important, but life is more important than the food. And look at what we have gotten from everybody. I mean, thanks be to everybody else and thanks be to God that we got what we got. Right. It's only God alone that can do that. It's not no talk you can talk. It's just that's coming from people, and that's whether they talk to them or not. They sent what they sent not because of us, because of the gentleman upstairs, Master God.
You're right. And then I see, JLP and the PNP. And they're fighting over the lights.
I was totally disgusted with that because this is a thing which
come together.
The people of the country need to come together. They need to try and help one another. I'm like, when the election is over and the country is in a disaster, so you need to stop.
Exactly.
Just stop and just think of you might be living okay and have your life and your roof and everything. You're going to go home. These people have nothing.
Not only their life, their roof, your generator and your driver.
You have everything. That's what I'm saying.
They couldn't relate to what's going on to the average Jamaican.
So, I mean, it's like,
to me, that was disgusting to see them fighting.
I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it because
it was disgusting.
I was so, I'm like, the world is watching you. The world is watching us as a nation fighting one another in the middle of a disaster. And you have time to worry about who is giving what and what. Just stop the foolishness and just come together. Just put on the red and the green and the orange, and just say, look, it's about the green, the yellow, and the black. Right. Jamaica is what it is first now. When we fix Jamaica to get where it needs to get to, then you can go back to fighting.
Right. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
Kind of running out of time, but I wanted to flip the script. I wanted to ask you, two major things. I know that you shared this a little, me, but who were the celebrities that you got to meet as a result of your father? Do you remember anyone coming over to the house? Or you?
Okay, we met Jackson. This is when I was a child. Met Michael Jackson and the Jacksons, Muhammad Ali.
Wait, back up. You're saying it so fast.
Michael the Jackson 5.
Oh, okay, stop.
That's when they did the Destiny album.
What was that like?
Well, he spent most of the time in the Avery. Michael went down to the time. I think one of his albums had a picture of him with a bird, and that was, my sister told me that was him at our house in Jamaica, in animals.
Well, that's
we had peacocks, we had guinea chicks, everything.
You went to see the birds.
Yeah, I went to see the birds, and he was bird. And then I met Muhammad Ali, fly like a sting like a bee.
How was Muhammad?
It was awesome. I mean, he was like really, because I'm like 7 years old. He's like, huh? And then eventually when he was prime minister, I met Pierre Trudeau, Trudeau's father from Canada. I met it was Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He liked cowboys, didn't he? Oh,
yeah. Then I met who was it? Bishop Desmond Tutu from South Africa. Problem with South Africa is that, and then the problem with South Africa is that apartheid is not what we want here.
How he sounds.
Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just trying to sound like. And then after that, I met who was it? I think Donovan Bailey at one time.
That name sounds familiar.
Canadian track and field.
Okay.
And I met Nelson Mandela.
Oh.
And Winnie.
And Winnie.
Yeah.
I heard she was a lovely lady.
Yeah, she
very
came when
delightful.
when they came here. I mean,
Man.
most of the other things, my brother and my sister got to meet, I think, the Queen, but I was in at the time. So.
The cameraman's uncle used to guard the Queen when she'd come here.
Okay.
He showed me pictures of her, and I was like,
Okay,
okay.
okay,
I need
yeah.
to interview him, but he's
Yeah.
somewhere.
But it was, you know, maybe there are other things at other places, but it's just, I mean, when my father went to, I went on, he went to somewhere, it was New York, Saks Fifth Avenue, went there and everything. I was like doing all these different things, but it's like, when you look back now, you're like, okay, oh wow, I did that. But, you know, those are the more memorable ones, especially Mandela. Meeting Ali was nice, but I mean, Mandela, when you're older, you understand more things. It was like really, 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 really good.
My father used to march with Jesse Jackson, and that was impressive. Like, I'd show everybody a picture. You see my dad marching with Jesse? You see? You know, not all white people are racist. You see my dad's the only white man. See that? That's Jesse Jackson. I used to be so proud of that, Chris. But, yeah, that's interesting. I would have loved to, Michael Hindsight looking back, he went straight to look at the birds.
Yeah.
Fascinated.
Yeah.
Now I want to pull that up. You said it's on one of his albums? A picture of him and the bird?
I think it's not, I don't know which album it is, but there's a picture of him. It's like a picture of a dove, a dove or something like that. I don't know. I asked my sister
Maybe
at some
the
point.
cameraman can find that. Take a picture of Michael Jackson with the dove on an album,
It's
cameraman?
an album cover. Or is it?
It's an album cover?
I have to ask Annabella.
You have to ask
my sister, yeah.
the AV people if they could find that, pull that up, or maybe not. Maybe I won't ask. Or maybe yeah. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining me. There's so much more I want to ask you. I feel like I need a part 2. Like, I need a next hour with you, Chris. Like, I'm just skimming the surface. But I don't want to keep you here all night. Is it okay if I do a part 2 with you?
Yeah, sure.
There's so much more I want to ask of you. But
No problem.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Again, this is the infamous Mr. Christopher Seaga. This has been shot today with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It is great equipment for your vlogging. I also have the drone in which I can hook up to my DJI if I want to get aerial views. It provides 4K high definition quality. The links are down below, and any products or subscriptions. By the way, Chris is single, ladies. So for those that are interested, just put your comments down in the link below, and I'll see what I can do to make a match. Thank you, Mr. Seaga, for joining me. And
thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
See you next time.